Right, so good morning. Go ahead and lay down on your back so we can warm up. Take your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, push your feet flat on your mat just so you can really allow the back to release and take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out to the mouth. Then take a deep breath in. And exhaling out. Deep breath in. And exhaling out. Deep breath in. And exhaling out. Deep breath in. Exhaling out. Deep breath in. And exhaling out. And deep breath in. And exhale out. And deep breath in. And exhaling out. And one more deep breath in. And exhaling out. Good. Circle your head on top of your spine. This is always just nice, easy, loose circles. And then reverse the circles. And do two more. And then relax the head on top of your spine, cervical knots. Keep the back of your head on your mat. Inhale, lift the chin up. And exhale, knock it down. So absolutely no strain in the back of your neck. Feel that nice movement of the skull on top of the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And one more inhale and exhale. Good. Roll over to one hip. I'm going to roll over to my left hip. Extend both arms straight out in front of you. Take your, for me, since I'm on my left hip, I'm going to take your right hand, reach it out diagonally, reach it up overhead. As it goes past the head, allow the right shoulder to open, circle it all the way down, and then reverse the circle once the arm gets to 90 degrees. Take it back up overhead, reaching overhead, and bringing the hands back together. And same thing again, reach up overhead. If your fingertips don't reach the floor, that's okay. And open. And coming back and around. Good. Guys, I just realized you can't see me, so I'll fix that for you. The wonders of technology. Good. So sorry about that. Lifting up and around and circle and down. One more and circle up and around and circle and around. Good. Come back onto your back, roll onto the other hip. Extend the arms out in front of you. Take the top arm up overhead. Circle it halfway around. Let the other shoulder open up to your mat. Feel that opening circle. And back. Inhaling as the arm comes up. Exhale, open up. Inhale, arm back up overhead. Exhale, turn back on your side. And inhale. stretch the arm up. Exhale, open. And inhale. Circle, exhale back one more time. Inhale. Exhale, open up into a little reclined twist. Inhale. And exhale, take it back around. Good. Slowly go ahead and come back onto your backs. Keep your knees bent. Extend our right leg up and we'll circle our ankles and circle. And make sure that you're not putting any strain on the back of your thigh. So bend your knee if you need to and circle the other way. And then point through the foot, circle the leg in the hip socket. And then reverse the circle. Good. Flex your foot. Inhale, lower down to hover just above your mat. Point and lift back up. And inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Once again, don't worry about how high the leg is going. Think instead about that pelvic stability, just allowing the thigh bone to move really freely within the hip sockets. If you push the hamstring too much that you don't really have that openness, your pelvis is going and low back are going to compensate for you. So once again, remember that quality of movement over what we think the quantity of movement or range of motion should be for our bodies. Good. And then place the right foot down. Extend the left leg up and circle the ankle on the other side. And then reverse the circle. And point through the foot. Circle the leg within the hip joints. Same thing. Take it as slow as you need to make sure that the pelvis is staying steady and not rocking back and forth. Once again, trying to find the isolation of the movement. And then reverse the circle. And then flex the foot, inhale, lower it down, exhale, point, lift back up, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lifting back up. Good. Place the left foot down. Coming into pelvic tilts today. So as you exhale, press the low back down into your mat, getting rid of the low back curve. And then as you inhale, rock your pelvis and allow yourself to exaggerate that low back curve. So exhale. Press the low back down. I'm going to move my hands so you can see it. Inhale. And arch back the other way. And exhale. Press it down. And inhale. Rock it back. So just a kind of nice little stretch for the low back to inhale and arch. And exhale. Press the low back into your mat. Inhale, arch it back the other way. And exhale, press it in. Inhale and arch. So notice even as you're just moving the low spinal area, notice how it has an effect on the upper back and even in the cervical spine. Just really feeling how the balance of the spine as it changes the rest of the spine too. It's just an observation of just how we're all put together and connected in our spine. So one more, inhale, and exhale, press. Good, and then try to find that neutral spine once again. So hip bones in the front of the body and the pubic bone on the same plane as much as you can, which will mean that you should hopefully have a little bit of a space in the low back. If you're not made that way, no worries if you don't have that space. Most of us probably will, but if you don't, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Take your arms behind the head. Once again, make sure you're not in your neck, so you're not at the base of the skull, but in the middle of the skull. Take a deep breath in. Maintain that neutral pelvis and exhale. Round up through the upper back and lower down. And exhale, curling up. And inhale, lower. Once again, make sure the head is in alignment with the spine, so the chin shouldn't be up to the ceiling as you come up. Make sure you just take a nice gaze, maybe towards the top of your knees or maybe the thighs, and lower down. And exhale. And inhale. Once again, try to imagine that you are putting on a pair of pants that you've taken out of the dryer. Then you're zipping them up nice and low so the abdominals are pulling in within the pelvis, not just the upper fibers of the abs and the rib cage. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. 3 more and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale, 1 more, and exhale. And inhale, nice. And extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Don't do anything with the upper body, but just take a moment, turn your right knee in towards your belly button, and turn it back into parallel. And turn the right knee into your belly button, turn it back to parallel. And turn the right knee in, and back to parallel. Turn the right knee in and come back to parallel. This time as you turn the right knee in, lift the left shoulder up towards the right thigh. So turn the right knee in, cross up to it, and lower down. And exhale, cross, turn the right leg in, and lower down. And exhale, and inhale. And exhale, and inhale. And exhale. Try to keep those elbows nice and wide so you're not pulling the head forward, and lower down. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. 4 more, and 4. And lower. And 3. And lower. And 2. And lower. 1 more. Come back to center, lower the right leg down. Extend the left leg up. Same thing, let's just isolate the movement of the leg first. Turn the left knee into the belly button and turn it back to parallel. And rotate the leg in and back. And rotate the leg in and back. 1 more time before we add the upper body and obliques. And back, take a deep breath in. And exhale, turn the leg in as you lift up. And lower down. And exhale, cross. And down. And turn in as you cross. And down. And rotate in. And down. Rotate the knee into the center of your body. And down. I know it feels odd to internally rotate like this. And rotate in. And down. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, and inhale, exhale, cross, and down. 2 more, exhale, And inhale one more time, exhale. And inhale, nice. Place the left foot down. Good, take your arms down by your sides. Coming into 100s, once again, just that reminder, if you need to keep your head on the mat, just lower your legs a little bit away from you, and that's gonna challenge your abdominals a little bit more. If you're okay coming up with the head and shoulders off of your mat in flexion, that's fine. Feet can also stay on the mat too. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, nod the head and shoulders up. Reach out through those fingertips. Really pulse the arms. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 4, 5. And inhale. Check out your pelvis position and exhale. Once again, I'd rather see you in front than have too much wind arching the low back. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Feet can be pointed or flexed. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower all the way back down. Bring your knees into your chest for a moment. Okay. Coming into double leg stretches, take a deep breath in. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Inhale, reach the arms and legs away from each other. And exhale, return in. And inhale, reach out. Exhale, return. Watch how low the legs are going with the low back. If the low back is arching, lift the legs up towards the ceiling more. Once again, quality of movement, not the range of motion of where you think you should be able to put your legs. You can see mine are about 45 degrees. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return, lower all the way back down to your mat. Take a breath. And then moving on to single leg stretches. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Extend your right leg away from you. Take the left ankle and left knee with the right hand. Ready and switch. Reach. 10. Stretch. 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Take your arms behind the head. 10. Once again, in the middle of the head. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get ready to crisscross opposite shoulder to opposite knee. And 10. Reach across 9. Reach across 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Release all the way down to your mat. Take a breath. You can keep your knees hugged in or just relax your feet down to your mat before we do a second set. And take another deep breath in. Exhale, head and shoulders up. This time, extend your left leg. Take the right ankle with the right hand, right knee with the left hand. Ready and switch. Reach. 10. Nice and steady shoulders. 8 and 7. Stretch 6. Stretch 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Arms behind the head. And 10 and 9, 8, 7. Make sure you're not crunching your chin down to your chest. 4, 3, 2. Get ready to crisscross. And 10, cross 9, cross 8, cross 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release now. Take a breath. Right. Go ahead and come up into a seated position. and come to the end of your mat, and let's do ball rolls today. I'm going to take just a moment and give myself a little bit more cushioning on my floor with my blanket here. Here we go. All right, so just a reminder on the ball rolls to make sure that you keep your focus towards your legs and not up at the ceiling when you roll back so you don't become a flat tire. So take a hold of the front of the shins, find your balance point with your feet up and off of your mats. As you inhale, roll through the spine and back. Exhale, scoop and lift back up and catch your balance. And inhale back. Exhale and lift. And inhale and exhale. Inhale, roll through the spine. Exhale, rolling up. Keep that focus to your thighs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. One more. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Relax the feet down for a moment. All right, second set, you can either keep a hold of the shins or extend the arms out in front of you, which might be a little bit more challenging. So pick which version you'd like. Find your balance point so you know where you're coming back to. And then ready, inhale, roll through the spine. Exhale, scoop and rolling up. Rolling through the spine. Exhale and lift. Inhale, roll. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, keep scooping those abdominals in to help keep the spine grounded. Exhale up. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Go ahead and release those legs down. I'm going to move my blanket to the side. Okay. If you need to switch back on your mat to extend the legs out in front of you for spine stretch, please do so. Take the arms out in front of you so you're nice and tall. Once again, don't think about reaching forward in spine stretch. You really want to stay with your weight right on your sits bones. So exhale, round over, just stretching all the spinal muscles out. Inhale, and coming back up. Exhale, rounding over, stay right on top of your sits bones. Inhale, lifting up. If you're having trouble staying on top of the sits bones, bend your knees a little bit. Exhale. And inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Two more times. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. One more. And exhale, round. And inhale, lift. Back up nice and tall. Relax the arms down. Good. Come over onto your left hip, setting up for side plank. If you have socks on, you might want to take them off so you don't slide on your mats. Okay, so once again, either up on the wrist or if you want to do modified on the forearm, that's fine. Make sure that that arm isn't too far out from you. Make sure it's pretty close and underneath your shoulder. Okay, take a deep breath in and exhale. Lift up. Try to stack your legs if you can. Good. Keep reaching out to the fingertips. Think about the back body and the front body just squeezing in towards one another. Think about lifting that left hip up and away from the mat. Keep squeezing those legs together. Squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze the heels and the ankle bones towards one another. Good. Take two more breaths. And then very slowly, with control, lower all the way back down. Take a breath. Okay. All right, we'll do that one more time on that side. Okay. Arm back out or onto the forearm. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lifting up. If you need to bring your left knee down to your mat, you can do that. And try to get maybe just a couple breaths with the legs lifted, really turn on the entire left side of your body. Keep squeezing those legs together. And slowly lower all the way back down. All right, guys. Other side. Great. Once again, set that hand up so it's not too far away from you. Legs stacked as much as you can. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lift up. Good. Make sure that the right shoulder isn't pulled into your shoulder joint. Make sure it's trying to sit kind of there in the middle, so don't allow yourself to hunch down into that right shoulder. Make sure you have some good integrity through the entire shoulder girdle. Pull the right shoulder blade down the back a little bit. Keep squeezing those legs together. And very slowly come all the way back down. All right, guys. One more breath. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Lift back up. Keep reaching out through the fingertips. Make sure the top arm is not falling back behind you. Again, think about the front and back body coming in towards the center of the body. Right side of the body nice and strong. Keep lifting that right hip up and away. Try to keep breathing. And very slowly come all the way back down. Good. Take just a moment, do a counter stretch, pull the palm in towards your chest, so don't take it back to the position we're just in, go opposite. Just give it a love. Good. And then switch to the other side. Okay. Coming into half rollbacks, you can stay sitting exactly however you are. I'm going to turn back to the side. Again, slight bend in the knees. Make sure they're not too bent into you. So you want to have them away from you so you have a little bit of room for the upper body to move. Take the arms out in front of you, so nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Roll onto your sacrum. Doesn't have to be very far. And inhale, roll back up. So exhale, rolling back. Once again, use those lower abdominals to really try to turn your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And exhale, try to turn the tailbone up to the ceiling. And inhale, lifting back up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. 2 more times. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. 1 more. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. Good, straighten legs. Just take a very nice light forward fold. So keeping that back a little bit longer. Try not to hunch over those legs. Keep the low back and a little bit of a natural curve as you're stretching over the legs. And then sit all the way back up.
with obliques. Once again, bend those knees slightly. Arms out in front of you. Turn to your right. Once again, make sure the arms are right in front of the shoulders. This right arm isn't in space over here, but right in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Secret back, same thing. Make sure that you feel your weight right in the middle of your pelvis and sacrum still. So you don't have all your weight on the right hip, but you're still going right through the middle of your sacrum. However, if you have SI joint issues, especially on the left side, you might want to take a little bit more weight onto that right side instead, so you're not crunching that joint together too much. So there can be exceptions to the rule. And rolling back up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. 2 more. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, stretching it up. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. Rotate back to center. And just take that light forward fold again. Once again, stretching out through the low back. If you need to bend your knees to help that happen, bend your knees. And sit back up. Other side, arms reaching out in front of you. Turn to your left. Once again, check out the arms are right in front of your chest. And exhale, secret back. And inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, lifting up. Once again, work those lower abdominals, pull in between the belly button and the pubic bone. Those are the lower abdominals, sometimes a little bit harder to access, so kind of have to make yourself do it and think about it. And exhale. Easy to kind of let the upper fibers of the abs take over, so just move that intent down into the pelvis a little bit more. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, sitting up tall. 3 more, and exhale, rolling back. Inhale, sitting up. 2 more, and exhale. And inhale, 1 more, and exhale. And inhale, sitting back up, come back to center. So think, just take a couple breaths and just a little bit of a forward fold. Okay, roll up and down. If you need to scooch forward on your mat just a little bit so your head is on your mat. Once you roll all the way down to your mat, please do so. Take your arms out in front of you. And so you need to have a little bit softer knees. So you're starting this with a nice long spine. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, same thing. Allow the pelvis to roll under. Roll through the low back, mid back, upper back. Reach arms up overhead if you can. Don't worry if you don't touch the floor. Exhale, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, stretch over the legs. Stay close to your legs as you roll back down. Keep pressing your heels down into your mat. Make sure those legs have lots of energy to support the work of the upper body. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale, reaching over. Exhale, rolling down, taking your time. Once again, if you're at home and you're having difficulty, put your feet underneath a chair, a couch, or something to give you the weight in the legs to allow yourself to strengthen the upper body. Inhale, stretching over. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, rolling back up. Keep those legs nice and strong. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale, stretching over. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, rolling up. Inhale, stretching over.
Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, arms reach, stay on your mat, readjust yourself on your mat. As always, your pants probably need to be pulled up. If they do need to be pulled up, you know you did it great, okay? So double leg, lower and legs. Bring your knees into your chest, extend the legs up. Once again, we've really been kind of working on neutral pelvis these past couple of weeks, so take a moment. Make sure that you have your legs at 90 degrees. The further the legs come into the body, just that whole switch of the weight into the body is going to make that low back imprint. So you might need to move those knees away. Once again, you can see that my knees are nice and soft. This isn't about some picture perfect of 90 degrees. Take your focus into the low pelvis and into the low back. Good. Squeeze the legs together. Find your neutral. Keep that neutral as you exhale, lower legs away from you. And inhale, lift the legs back up. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Zip those abdominals up and in, nice and strong. Exhale, lower. Inhale and lift. Resist that urge to bring the legs in towards the chest so the low back wants to change shapes. Exhale. But once again, if you can't maintain the neutral and you're overarching, I would prefer you to have that slight imprint. And come back up, one more, and exhale. And inhale, good. Now, feel free to bring those knees into your chest. Maybe just do a little rock side to side. Okay. And go ahead, come over onto your left hip. We're going to do side leg series. So, you can either lay all the way down with an unsupported head or supported head, or if you want to come up onto the forearm, once you're going to do, especially do the forearm version, make sure you're not here, a little bit too Cleopatra, lean there, make sure you have that integrity in the shoulder joint. Take your legs to the front edge of your mat, so you are on just a slight angle here. Take a moment, it's just like you're up on your elbow, but even if you're on the floor, think about lifting your left waistline away from the mat. So once again, you're not kind of stacked down here, but you're nice and long, okay? Top leg is going to kick forward 2 times, little exhale, exhale, and inhale, stretch it back. And exhale, exhale, inhale, reach it back. Once again, nice steady upper body. You're isolating the movement of the leg again within the hip joint. You're not counterbalancing with the upper body, with the shoulder going forward as the leg goes back. And inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Keep lifting that left waistline away from the floor. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Keep your leg back. Let's do bicycles today. So bend your knee in, extend the leg forward, push the heel back, and bend in, stretch forward, push it back, and bend, forward, and back, and bend, forward, press it back, bend, forward, and press it back, bend, stretch, press it back, bend, stretch, push back, one more, bend, stretch, push back. Reverse your bicycle, so take the leg forward, bend in, stretch back. Have to think about this one. Forward, bend, push back. So the leg goes from the back to the front, bend, press it back. Forward, bend, push it back behind you. Forward, bend, push back behind you. Forward, bend, push back behind you. 2 more. Forward, bend, push it back. 1 more. Forward, bend, push it back. Nice. Go ahead, take your legs straight out from you and go ahead and stack them.
So once again, if you need to release all the way down to the mat with the legs straight out, feel free to do that. Turn your right knee up to the ceiling. So little double pigs. Take a moment, lift that left waistline up, bend the knee so your knee's facing up to the ceiling, extend, lower it down with flex foot. Pull it up the leg, extend, flex down. Draw it up, extend, flex down. Pull it up, check that waistline up, especially as that leg is coming into the upper body. You're gonna wanna counterbalance it by sitting down. Don't do that. Bend in, stretch, and down. 2 more, bend in, stretch, and down. 1 more, bend in, extend, and down. Good. Going into inner thighs, I would probably on the inner thighs go ahead and lay all the way down. Bend your right leg in front of you. If you want to grab a hold of the ankle to kind of help steady that leg out, or if you need to go ahead and take the knee down, that's fine too. Flex the left foot that's still extended out away from you. Lift the left foot up and lower it down. And lifting up and down. And lifting up and down. And lift up and down. And lifting 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 up and down. Lift up in the fold. Little listen there. Lift up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Nice. Go ahead and come over onto your stomachs. So we'll do a little bit of spine extension in between sides. Extend your arms out in front of you. So coming into a nice full spine extension, take a moment, find that neutral pelvis even on your stomach. Most likely that means you're going to have to press the pubic bone down into your mat a little bit so you're just not tilted into the top of the front of the hips. Maintain that. Then as you inhale, lifting up, stretching up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower down. You have 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Rest for just a moment. Great. Let's come up into plank for push-ups. Okay. So once again, I kind of prefer my arms a little bit wider than my shoulders for my push-ups. So getting them a little close in is just a little hard for me. So if anybody's really looking for a challenge, you can turn the fingertips in towards one another and do push-ups this way, which is very challenging. I'm not going to do that, but I just offer that for anybody who is feeling extra feisty today. So once again, if you need to do them on your knees, that's fine. Come up into your plank or onto your knees. Ready, inhale. Bend the elbows and you lower down. And exhale, press. We're going for 10. Inhale. And exhale. Keep those legs nice and strong behind you. I know it's hard to do. You have to think about it. They don't get all tight on their own. And press for halfway there. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And press. Good. Take those knees down. Take a breath. If you want to take a little child's pose, you can do that. So you can turn onto your right hip. For me, I'm going to swing around so you're not looking at my behind the entire time during side leg series. Once again, I remind you all the way to the mat with your head supported if you'd like, or up onto the forearm. Scoot your feet to the front edge of the mat. Once again, take the time, pull that right waistline up and in. Even if you're flat on the floor, still pull that right waistline in. Flex your toes back to you. Kick the top leg forward 2 times. Exhale, exhale. And inhale back. And exhale, exhale. Inhale back. And exhale, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, exhale. Inhale back. And to the front. Stretch it back. And to the front. Keep it to the back. Bicycles. Bend the knee in. Forward, flex. And take it back. Bend, stretch, and back. Bend, stretch, and back. Bend, stretch it forward, press it back. Bend it in, stretch it forward, press it back. Bend, stretch, and back. 2 more. Keep lifting that right waistline up. Just a reminder, strong shoulders. Good reverse it. So take the leg to the front, bend in, push it back. Swing it to the front, bend, and push. Take it to the front, bend, and press. A little reverse bicycle, and press. Forward, bend, and stretch. Forward, bend, and stretch. Forward, bend, press back. 1 more. Forward, bend, press back. Nice. Bring the legs together. Good. If you want to lay all the way down onto your mat, that's fine. Turn your left knee up to the ceiling. Little double pace. Pull the right waistline up. Knee in. Extend up. And flex down. Bend. Stretch. Flex down. Bend. Stretch. And down. Bend. Up. And down. Bend. Up. And down. Bend. Up. And down, bend, up, and down, bend, up, lower down, good. Lower all the way down to your mat, inner thighs, bend the left knee, place the left foot on the floor, or once again, if you want to just take the left knee down, you can do that. Flex the right foot, lift the right heel up, and lower down, and right leg lift, and down, and lifting up, 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 and down, and stretch it up, and down, and stretch it up, down, lift, and lower, lift, and lower, lift up and hold, and little pulses up from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower that leg down. Come onto your backs for teasers. So if once again, you need to use your arms behind your legs to come all the way up into a seated position, please make sure you do that. Take your arms out to the side. Legs to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. And exhale all the way up. Lifting the chest and back up. And lower all the way back down. And exhale, rolling up, lift the chest up. And inhale, lower down. And exhale, rolling up. And inhale, lower down. Exhale, rolling up. And rolling down with control. Exhale, rolling up. And rolling down. And exhale, rolling up. And rolling down. Exhale, rolling up. Rolling down. Remember to use your back muscles too. Feel squeezing in as you come up. And lower down. We have 2 more. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, rolling up. And rolling down. Good. Release your legs down. Take Take a breath. Okay, guys. Go ahead, come up into a seated position for our flat backs. Okay. Coming back to that same old thing, legs out in front of you, but bend those knees. Once again, you have a strong low back, not sitting down this way, keeping that integrity through the entire spinal column. Take your arms back behind the head, once again, right in the middle of the head, not at your neck. Spread those elbows wide and far, feel the collarbones opening in the front of your body. Ready, inhale, leaning back in a flat back. And exhale, sitting up tall. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. And inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. And inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. And inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, lift 2 more. And inhale. And exhale, 1 more. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Relax those arms down. Take a breath. All right. Second set with our arms overhead. He's going to take the arms up, nice and tall through the spine. Ready, inhale, lean back. Stretch back up tall in the sits bones. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. We have 3 more. Inhale, and lift. Stretch it back, and lift 1 more. Once again, quality, not quantity, and release it down. Good. You can stay exactly where you're at. I'm just going to turn to face you. Let's do a nice figure 4 stretch. So bend the left knee, cross the right ankle over the left. So maybe a little hip opening, which was a request for today. So once again, up to you how close that left foot comes into the back of the thigh. Just feel the right thigh open as much as it will for your body. It's nice, steady breath. And slowly lean back, switch sides, cross the left ankle over, pull the right foot in to the appropriate point for you. Go ahead, slowly Release that. Come into any kind of just seated position that you would like. Just take a little stretch to the triceps. So reach the right arm up, place it in between the shoulders, just gently grab a hold of the side of the elbow, just gently pull the right arm into the side of your head. Watch once again, make sure you're not allowing the chin to drop way forward, trying to keep it over your spine. And then very gently change sides, reach the left arm in between the shoulder blades, gently pull the left elbow in. Let me stretch all the way up and down the upper arm. Go ahead, slowly release that. Bring the soles of your feet together. So once again, up to you how close or far away those feet are. Take a deep breath in. Once again, a little kind of a flat back forward first, and then allow the upper body to relax, but keep the integrity of the low back. And just try to imagine the hip bones in the front of the body that they are trying to turn down towards the back of your heels. And very slowly, go ahead and come all the way back up. And you're done for today. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, guys.